Peace and blessings. Let's go in right quick. Okay. Who holds the power on the planet Earth? Right? Who holds the power on the planet Earth? Okay. Who is the ghost working for? All right. When we're talking about God, when you understand the Bible, there's many gods, and we're going to see it in this verse here. This is Job 1:6, and we're going to read on. And that question is going to be answered. Who is running the earth right now, right? Now, when it comes down, before I get into the reading, you're probably already reading it already, but when we think about religion, especially Christianity coming from the European, we got to understand that in the medieval times, excuse me, research the medieval times and the Renaissance. The majority of the Europeans, especially those who were not in the courts and under the king and in the castle working for the king and things of that nature, the common person, the common European bum, because they didn't have anything, right, in their country, on their continent of resources, the commoner was 100% illiterate. That's a fact. Okay. Now, when you talk about the medieval period, you got to talk about the Moors and the Ethiopians. Okay. And I'm just condensing our people down to these two terms. All right. You may not consider yourself a Moor. You may not consider yourself an Ethiopian. Whatever you consider yourself. I'm just saying in the medieval times, right? The medieval times was like, do I have it written down? Give me a moment. Yeah, the medieval period, it was from 500 AD to 1400 AD, and then they had discovery, and then they had enlightenment. But during the medieval times, right, you know, the Moors sacked Spain in 700 AD, 500 AD. You got to look at the spread of Christianity. The most of these people, if they weren't priests, were illiterate. Okay, so you got to ask, where does this Bible come from? Okay, this is not a creation of their own, but what is their own is the transliteration and the translation of older Afro-Semitic tongues into the English. Okay, Afro-Asiatic, African and Asian tongues transliterated and translated into a Bible. When did this Bible come? In connection to the source of the information that they got it from. So this book is not ancient, right? So when it comes down to us, should we be paying attention, following, and trying to connect ourselves to the source through Western Christianity? Okay. If you're still a Christian, then where does your true Christian information come from if you understand the origins of Christianity that started in Europe? Let's read Job 6 on, right? Okay. And who has the power here? And who was granted power, right? And who was made to suffer? Check it out. Because it's like Yahweh is grandstanding. You dig what I'm saying? Why isn't the devil destroyed if he's so much of a evil spirit, an evil being, right? Well, without the devil, you really wouldn't have God. You understand what I'm saying? So the story is not going to make sense. And when you get in Hollywood and things of that nature, this is the key. Protagonist, antagonist. Okay? There has to be a good person and a villain. In most of the cases, because of duality, and this is understanding universal natural laws. But let's read. It says, now there was a day when the sons of God. So the sons of God are gods. The sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. Okay, when you read in the Old Testament and you look at the Hebrew, Lord is Yahweh. So let's read that again. Okay. Read it the right way. Will be, now there was a day when the sons of Elohim, sons of the Elohim, sons of God, God is Elohim in the Hebrew, came to present themselves before the Lord, or before Yahweh, and Satan came also among them. Satan is kicking it with the sons of God. Wherever they coming from, walking, shooting the shit and all that, right? Satan is coming with them. And the Lord, Yahweh, said unto Satan, where are you coming from? But look, whence comest thou? We do not speak like that. Okay? So even with that, see how the Bible is bumping your head? Right? Because one, the true information that this book has drawn from is in Afro-Asiatic languages. This has been translated and transliterated into English. And you got to ask yourself, is English our original language, or have we been made to speak English? Okay. That means we always got a foot on our neck because there's problems in communication. That means there's problems in relation and understanding and things of that nature. That's the reason why black people speak the way we speak. It's not proper English, it's our own dialect. Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. Did it hit you in your head that they having the conversation? Just like I'm speaking to you. It's two beings. Obviously they got feet, hands, a tongue, right? Voice box, two beings, they're walking. Now we don't know what they look like. Okay. But black people, the oldest people on the planet, you understand, and this is supposed to be ancient stuff. Okay, then we scientifically got to get into. So if it ain't us, it's you, then we got to be speaking about a specific time. And if it's you, then you come way after that, way after us. So we know the Bible is not ancient. It's drawing from ancient information that's not even written this way, i.e. Epics of Gilgamesh, the Atrahasis, you know, the Sumerian records, the Sumerian cuneiform records, Mesopotamia, ancient Egypt, right? Kush. You dig what I'm saying? They don't even hit you with anything in the Niger Congo languages and the Saharan languages, the Nilo-Saharan languages, the Bantu languages. You're not getting no info. They're not drawing no creation information from there. This is coming from East Africa, Afro, right? Yemen, Arabia, all the way up till you get the Indian, Mesopotamian, West Asia, right? It's not pulling from the deep core of Africa, okay? So the Satan said, I'm all over this piece, right? I'm everywhere. So what is Satan's job? Because Satan got a conversation too. We seen that in the Garden of Eden, where he peeled Adam's girl, right? He had more game than Adam, and Eve was like, I'm listening to you. You seem like you know what's going on here. They don't even tell you, they don't even give you a conversation between Adam and Eve. Okay? I don't know if you've read the lost books of the Bible, but there is a continuation of the Garden of Eden scene, movie, and how it plays out. Like, it tells you that Adam was a scary motherfucker, right? He would look at his reflection in the water and kill himself. Okay. I think it was even that Eve was telling him, hey, you got to chill out. You know, you done killed yourself twice. Driven. You understand? And so, I mean, even with that story right there, it's not even a story. That's how it's written in the Bible, in the lost books of the Bible. But, you know, what was you made for? You understand this? Because let's go back into it, though. Let's go back into it. And and Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job? He just threw Job under the bus right quick. Put him on some skewers and put him on the barbecue pit. That there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil. Condemns evil. Now listen to what Satan said. Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, does not Job fear God for nothing? Right, for not. Doth Job fear God for naught? Okay, I would take that as Job is Job fearing God for nothing. This is what, and then hast not thou made an hedge about him and about his house and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the works of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. Satan said to Yahweh, take everything from him. Now, we saying Yahweh is omnipresent, omnipotent, everywhere, can hear everything and all of these things, and they're having a conversation right here. This is the second time that Satan played Yahweh, because he played him in the garden with making Eve eat the apple when she wasn't supposed to. Yahweh didn't know the Lord. Satan was in the Garden of Eden. He didn't send the sons of God to go yoke him up. Take everything from Job, and he will curse you. Behold, and the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. And look at the next chapter. Job loses his children and property. What is the point? Okay. And in this story right here, who is really creating the foul situation? Okay. Who really laid the curse? It was Yahweh. It wasn't Satan. Satan questioned God. Why is Satan even existing to question God in the first place? And then you can understand why there's so much evil on the planet. But where is the evil really coming from? Satan or Yahweh? What do you think coming from this chapter, Joe? Y'all take it easy. Peace.